Hello, let's go ahead and work on lesson 3 for Math 2B. Now, I kind of am doing this on the fly because I want to run into any problems that you guys might run into. So let's go ahead and go down to investing, and we are working on lesson 3 today. I'm going to click there and make my copy. And now that I have that, I'm going to rename it with my name. And let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, the first thing you want to do is take a look at what we're learning today. In this lesson, you will learn to explain what a bond is and how an investor makes money from it. So a bond is different than a stock. You are going to read a bond fund fact sheet. So like how to tell if it's a good bond or not a good bond. And finally, you are going to learn to understand the importance of diversifying your investment portfolio. What this means, diversifying your investment portfolio, means don't put all your money in the same place. You want to put a little bit of money here and a little bit of money there so that if something goes wrong, you don't lose all of your money at the same time. That is called diversifying your investment portfolio. Okay, so first off, remember discussion prompts. You just want to answer the question over here to the best of your ability. It does say estimated 5 minutes. It shouldn't even take you quite that long. Question number 1 says, let's say your friend wants to invest all of her saved money into one individual stock. Is this a good idea? Why or why not? So you're going to tell me yes or no, and then tell me why you agree or disagree with that. Pause the video, go ahead and take care of that, and then come back. Okay, number 2. Number 2, investing basics, bonds. When investing, it's a good idea to have a mix of stocks and bonds in your portfolio. Watch this video to learn more about what bonds are and answer the questions. So they are going to ask us questions about bonds. If you want to, pause and read through what the questions are. Now again, notice this says estimated time 6 minutes. Whenever we have to do some research or some reading, I do suggest you double that time. Remember, you have 2 days to do instead of 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on our blue, and it takes me to a YouTube video.
Bonds are a common investment.
Now I'm
However, to many investors,
now you have the opportunity, notice it's about a 4-minute video, so you will want to listen to it, maybe even listen to it twice if you really truly want to understand what a bond is. Okay, now I'm going to go back to our document. Remember, once you finish, go ahead and answer these questions. Do the best that you can. Now, number 3, bond fund fact sheet. Now that you know what a bond is, let's take a look at how you would read a bond fund fact sheet. Read through the first resource on the first page of this worksheet. Skip the second resource and move on to the questions. Okay, good thing we read these instructions. So we are going to look at the first one and skip the second one and then go and ask questions. Now again, I'm noticing this is a 14-minute activity. So I would double that. That's close to 30 minutes. So this might take a little while. Let's go ahead and click on the blue button and see what it says. Okay, the fine print, the bond fund fact sheet. Now what I do notice is that another NGPF document popped up. And I noticed that when that happens, and it's not something that I specifically have given to you, you won't have access to edit it. Now, you don't want to request access because remember, they're going to say no. So what you want to do instead is come over here to File and click Make a Copy. So let's make a copy. Now, at this point, I actually have the opportunity right now to change my name. There we go. It is ready to go. So I am going to click My Drive, and select, and OK. If at any time you need to pause the video and do the same thing for yourself, then go ahead and do that. Okay, so the bond fund fact sheet. It gives me a teacher tip here. That's for me, not for you. Okay, in this activity, you will explore a bond fund fact sheet in more detail to understand its various components. That means its pieces. Then you will answer questions using the sample bond fund fact sheet below. That was hard to say. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. Okay, so here is a Vanguard total bond market index fund investor shares. Wow, that's a big mouthful. In other words, it's an ETF. Now, what's interesting, and I'm going to let you guys know, this is where I have some of my money. My money is in Vanguard. So part 1, read the fine print, analyze the sample bond fact sheet, and answer the questions that follow. Okay, so I'm going to actually just show you that this is what you want to read through right now, and you're going to scroll through and scroll through. Now you want to be pausing and taking a look, and then notice that there are some questions at the end. Now, I have told you guys that if you want help reading through some of the documents, I will do that in a separate video. So at this point, if you want me to help read through some of this information, you're going to go to the reading video and I will read through it with you. Okay, I'm going to make sure I get to the end. At this point, I would click in some answers. You know, you can highlight answers. You're going to do the work, pause the video, and when you are done, you are going to, remember, download as a PDF, and then you will turn this paper into me on my website. If you have questions, make sure you're asking. Okay, so I'm going to close out of this one right now. There we go. So there's nothing to type here because remember, you will actually turn in that document that we just did. If you want help reading it, go to the video that will help with the reading. Okay, number 4, the power of diversification. One of the main benefits of investing a bond or in a fund rather than in, let me try that again. One of the main benefits of investing in a fund rather than an individual stock or bond is diversification, or the spreading of risk. Watch this short video through 2 minutes and 19 seconds to learn more, then answer the questions. So what this is telling you is there is a video that is longer than 2 minutes and 19 seconds, but they only want you to watch the first 2 minutes and 19 seconds. And then when you're done, you will come here and answer these questions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video. Okay, there is the video, and you are only going to watch it until it's 2 minutes and 19 seconds. So right about here, right there, you're going to stop the video. And then you're going to come back to here and answer the questions. Now this says 5 minutes, so I would estimate 10. Okay, data crunch. Actually, if you click on that one, how does asset mix impact your returns? Now we've practiced doing data crunches. So you're going to do one on your own today. Notice again, it says request edit access. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make a copy. Now this should be starting to become familiar to you. Make sure you save it as a copy and then add your name to it. I'm going to pause and go back now. And notice that this says 10 minutes, so it might take you 20. That's okay. Remember, once you finish the data crunch, you're going to submit it in my website. And finally, the exit ticket. You've reached the end of the lesson. There are 3 questions that you get to answer using your own thoughts and what you've learned from this lesson. This says estimated time 5 minutes, and yeah, it probably will take you about 5 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. Now, once you're done with this whole document, remember now you have 3 things you're turning in. You're turning in your data crunch, you're turning in your bond fund fact sheet, and you're turning in this document. Make sure that you've saved them as PDFs and then upload it on my website. Remember, you're going to come right back here and you're going to upload right here. If you have questions, make sure you ask me during class.